Welcome everybody to the DAF Media Network, live from the Darien High School Main Gym. I'm Owen Heffron, joined alongside Neve Sagal as tonight the 3-4 Darien Blue Wave girls varsity basketball team hosts the 2-4 Norwalk Bears, a team, Neve, that has gotten the better of the Wave in the past years.
That's right, Owen. This Darien girls squad has yet to beat the Bears since 2014, almost 10 years ago, when both head coaches were not in these two schools' basketball program.
Head coach for Norwalk, Evan Kelly, former basketball player for the very high school he coaches at now, and a great player at that. And on the other side, after just one season, Alyssa Valente is out, and Stephanie Runis comes in for the Blue Wave, another first-year head coach for the team.
And though Coach Rudis' background doesn't exactly have as much basketball experience as Coach Kelly's, as she was more of a runner, running track at Monmouth in college, she's gotten her team to some respectable victories over tough opponents.
The Darien girls lost a number of seniors this year as the number of 12th graders rostered dropped from 7 to 1 from last season to this one. And despite the loss, the Blue Wave is putting up good basketball, and against a strong Norwalk team, we should have a good one in store tonight. It is Blue Wave versus Bears right after this. Starting lineups done, national anthem done. Ready to get this basketball game underway. Norwalk coming to Darien to visit the Blue Wave. They're coming off a win at Bridgeport Central. Darien coming off a loss just 2 days ago at Brian McMahon. Norwalk wins the tip. Goes to CeCe Thomas at the top. Hands it off, floats one in, back to Thomas. Layup is good. Great drawn up play design assist coming from Rhea Rogers. Warren Valdi gives it to Nolan, the captain. Mackenzie Nolan. Over to another captain, Fitzpatrick. All captains getting involved now. Ball stolen. Point guard Thomas already has points in this one. Dishes it out, pump fakes. Rogers a floater, in and out.
Yeah, the transition offense there wasn't up to standards, but that Norwalk defense was able to get balls back as they've already stolen the ball again.
Yeah, Balcom with the steal, tries to go coast to coast, and she can. Layup goes.
Yeah, again, as I was just saying, Norwalk's defense has been proving a point here, already up 4-0 very early in this game. We'd like to see what they do here.
Darien trying to score their first points. Nolan three ball, splash. The junior captain, third year on varsity, puts the Blue Wave within one. Thomas bounce pass to Balcom. Triple covered, and Brown loses the ball.
Yeah, at that point, Brown looked a little bit scared there as she was triple teamed by 3 Darien defenders, and it ended up in a favorable outcome for Darien as they have the ball back with a chance to gain the lead here.
Nolan attempted another three, but it's blocked. Goes right to Ryan. Ava Welch has that one stolen. Another steal for the Bears. But then the freshman Ava Welch goes right back, smacks it out. Norwalk will retain possession. Talked about it in the intro. This Norwalk team been really good against the Blue Wave. There's now a three-pointer short. Norwalk gets the rebound, kicks it out. Balcom guarded by Nolan to Thomas. Thomas makes a good move, drives inside. Layup doesn't fall. Rebound by Ryan.
Yeah, Thomas has been a really central part of this team early in this game. Even though there is a brace on her leg, she's not been held back from it, and she's been really moving around and been a central part to this offense.
Balcom's shot is blocked by Welch. Blue Wave trying to get more points on the board. Ball knocked out of bounds. Stays with Darien. Senior captain Jenny Fitzpatrick checks out. Elise Hole comes in, and Fitzpatrick is the only senior on this team. Again, something we talked about in the intro. It's 7 seniors last year, 1 this year. Really similar to the boys basketball team, who their whole team was practically seniors last year, and now just a few seniors in Jake Hendrickson and John Bradle. Again, strong defense by the Bears, they'll say. Darien has it. Went off Rogers. Just over 5 minutes left in the first. Darien searching for their first win in the FCIAC. They're currently 0-3 against FCIAC teams. Pickpocketed by Thomas. Thomas tried to go behind the back of Mackenzie Nolan.
Yeah, what a defensive effort by Thomas so far. She has 4 steals already in this game in the first 3 minutes.
Great job from the senior point guard. Rogers double team, kicks to Balcom. Now gives it to their point guard, guarded by Tess Agnew, checks in. 3-pointer, off to the right, no good. Good offensive rebound by Brown. Corner from it looked like Balcom doesn't fall. Now Valji spin move. Layup is blocked. Lila Brown got a hand on it. And now it's Norwalk basketball. Relentless pressure from the defense.
Yeah, in this game early so far, defense has really reigned supreme. Neither team has really had the ability to score. It's been mostly steals and blocks so far. Let's see what will happen here.
Welch pass intended for Hagney, the sophomore. This Hagney basketball runs in her family. Tate was on the varsity team last year before he graduated as senior. Gets it into Elise Hole. Layup's no good. Will stay with the Blue Wave, however, as they could take the lead with a field goal. Valji to Welch to Hole, no good. CC Thomas, burst of speed all the way to the rim, trips. Thomas is down. Hopefully she's okay, took a hard fall.
Yeah, it looks like she fell on that already injured leg there. It's, she's taking a long time to get up. Coach is coming over.
Yeah, took a rough fall, that'd be. Hopefully she'll be able to play in the game, as she's a valuable part of this Norwalk Bears team. But we'll be right back in the DAF Media Network right after this. CC Thomas was able to get off the court under her own power. She'll go to the side of the court for a while. Foul awarded for the Bears. Shooting it. First one for Norwalk, count it. A little bit of confusion here. Thomas tried to come back on the court, but they're going to wait until the free throws are done. Both free throws are good. (6-3) Norwalk lead as Hagney brings the ball up. Gives it to Welch. Call a foul on the floor, as Welch was trying to make a move, get on the inside. Look at that again. Quick transition handoff. They'll say there's a reach in as CC Thomas comes back onto the court. Great player from Norwalk.
Yeah, CC Thomas was part of that hard defense, which, as we're seeing here, has held Darien to only 3 points in the first 4 minutes.
Here she is bringing the ball up the court. Passes it 3 off the front of the rim and up and over the backboard. Hagney inbounds. Julia Ryan, sister of Sarah, freshman on this team, and yet again another Norwalk steal. Bounce pass, layup goes up. Doesn't touch anything. Say it went off a Blue Wave player. And Thomas will inbound. This Norwalk defense has really shown out, especially not just in this game, but in years prior. as Thomas takes a three from the corner. Bangs around the rim is no good. Gets her own rebound. Gets it hard again and falls to the wood. However, referee makes the call. Balcom steps out, sophomore guard.
Yeah,
Blue Wave.
Yeah, Blue Wave basketball there as Thomas took another fall, but thankfully she gets up much quicker than she did last time.
Another steal, an errant pass to Thomas. Tipped, good defense by Elise Hull, preventing a possible layup.
Yeah, the defense for, as we've mentioned, the defense for Norfolk's been good, but also the defense for Darien has been amazing too, as they're within just a 3-pointer of bringing this game to a tie.
Haggany to Welch, back to Haggany, but great defense from Balcom prevents a layup. It was a 2-on-1. Balcom came out of nowhere. Valgi on the inbound. Stolen again. Balcom down the court. Thomas right at the top, right in front. The Darien logo. Balcom moves inside. Good move, and she finishes.
Yeah, Balcom, who opened up scoring for this team, is finally able to put some more points on the board after the free throws. And let's see how this Darien offense responds.
4 points in this one for Balcom. Now pump fake. Top is Welch. Now Haggany. Can't get inside, great defense. Hands off to Valgi. Shot clock was expiring, couldn't get a shot up. Balcom goes end to end, she's fouled. Camilla Balcom, the guard, will head to the line. Look to add 2 more as this Norwalk defense just proves to come up strong possession after possession.
Yeah, this the last offensive possession looked to be one of the stronger ones for Darien so far, managing to keep the ball for 30 seconds, but they were holding on for it too long. You heard the bench chanting the shot clock down, and Darien got under too much pressure. Norwalk's defense prevailed again.
Balcom makes the first free throw. Taking her time with the second one. Rims out. Kenzie Nolan back in the game. Now Peyton Joyce. Joyce inside. Cutting to the rim is Hull. Grabs the pass. Knocks it down. First points for the Blue Wave since Mackenzie Nolan's three-pointer.
Yeah, what a layup by Hull, the reverse into the net.
Pass to Joyce now. Joyce inside. Welch now, his shot is no good. Thomas grabs the ball. He's able to get it past Elise Hull. Thomas to Rogers. Guarded by Welch. Now Thomas again. Inside, intended for Brown, but stolen. Welch now Nolan. Nolan from the corner, no good. Thomas to Rogers. Rogers steps inside. Good ball movement, but the pass intended for Balcom couldn't connect.
Yeah, to finish off this first quarter, Norwalk's been starting off with a very good first quarter, just that errant mistake probably preventing them from scoring 10 in this first quarter, but a pretty good first quarter nonetheless for Norwalk.
Defense shown strong as they held Darien to 5. Steal after steal. Gonna have to work on finishing on those stolen possessions as we see another one right now. Time winding down as Balcom has it. Thomas at the top. Thomas kicks it out. Shot no good. They'll put 0.1 second on the clock. And so on the inbound, time expires, and it is 9-5 Norwalk Bears at the end of the first quarter. Norwalk defense showed out, looked really strong. And Darien is going to have to work on getting their passes connected as they talk over with Coach Stephanie Runis.
Yeah,
during half.
this Darien offense has to, I think, focus more on the passing. Some of their passes have been a little bit more into traffic and looking more for the open man or woman in this situation. Otherwise, I think that this Darien offense has been playing really well and has a great chance to beat Norwalk for the first time in 10 years.
Yeah, Norwalk, last time these two met, last year, 2022, Norwalk was victorious 47-33, and like we talked about, ever since 2014, it's been Norwalk in 21. Norwalk won 45-29. 2020 was 41-37. They played 2 times. In 2019, Norwalk scored 74 and 69 in those 2.
Wow.
In 2018, Norwalk, that was their state championship year. They went 25-0 and beat New London to win the Class LL title. They put up 68, and the Blue Wave only put up 40. And in 2017, they played twice again, in Norwalk 61-52 and Norwalk 58-31. So a lot of these times they're holding the Blue Wave to under 40 points. Just a lot of instances of great Bears defense.
Yeah, it might come from Coach Kelly's basketball experience where he might be coaching more on the defensive side, while Coach Runis of Darien might not be putting as much emphasis on that.
And Coach Kelly, 5th year as the Bears head coach, he played basketball for the Bears, averaged 25.6 points per game as a senior, and had over 1,000 points in his high school and college career, Sacred Heart University. And he was 3rd team All New England Conference in 2015 in college. So very impressive, like we're talking about, high school, college career for Coach Kelly. Welch hands it to Nolan now as we get underway in the second. Peyton Joyce, little hook shot, and it falls.
Yeah, Darien needs to start taking these open shots if they need to get in the game, and that was another one.
Yeah, Bepler with a steal of herself, now gets to Hole. Hole to Welch. Welch a 3, off the front of the rim. Thomas looking for open space. She'll pause before she crosses half court. Kicks it out. A jumper. No good. Welch with the rebound. Now to Joyce. Joyce a layup. Nearly doesn't go. Thomas tips it to herself. Foul called. Wave hustling for that basketball.
Yeah, seemed to be a loose ball foul on number 15, Joyce.
Only a 2-point game. Thomas brings it up. Bounce pass to Balcom. Now Rogers with it. Rogers along the baseline. Knocks it down. Great job from Raya Rogers.
Yeah, although it's early, I think this quarter will be more of an offensive shootout than the defensive battle we just saw.
Definitely talked it over as Balcom works inside. Kicks it out to Rogers. Rogers 3-pointer. Yup. Back-to-back scoring possessions for Raya Rogers and the Norwalk Bears.
Yeah, 5 points on the night already.
And a foul as we take another look at the 3-pointer from Rogers. Caught a little bit of rim, but it went in nonetheless. Timeout taken here We'll be right back in the DAF Media Network as the respective head coaches talk things over with their squads. Stephanie Runis and Evan Kelly break their team huddles. Bringing up the court now is Rogers.
Yeah, as you were mentioning, Coach Runis, while she was talking things over, here's some background on Coach Runis. Runis went to West Hill High and ran track at Monmouth University, as I mentioned before. And additionally, the assistant coach on Darien, Jess Williams, also attended high school at West Hill High School and was all FCIAC at West Hill in basketball.
Definitely helps when you have such experienced coaches. We get that for both these teams on Norwalk and Darien. Bepler moves inside, off the glass, and count it. Two points for Faye Bepler. JV soccer player, is long ball's no good. Tess Hagney brings it up. Hagney also a goalie, field hockey team, and I had the privilege of calling some of their games this year. Also a lacrosse player, as floats into Joyce. Joyce couldn't get a shot up. Second effort was behind the backboard, but a diving play by Elise Hull. They'll say she was out of bounds when she touched it, but great effort.
Yeah, Elise also plays soccer where she's a goalkeeper and makes similar dives in that scenario. As that effort was unfortunately to no avail, as it's in Norwalk's ball.
Rogers checks out. Brown, the junior forward, comes back in. Instead of Thomas, it'll be Balcom taking it up the court. Stolen away by Hagney. Loose ball. Keep with Norwalk. First to get to it was Jayla Ripe. Inbounded into Balcom. Hagney guarding her close. Thomas. Back to Balcom. A lot of open space for these Norwalk players. That one a little bit off. Say Reef stepped out of bounds. Now Hagney floats one into Ava Welch. Her brother is Brady Welch, who's junior on the varsity basketball team for the boys. Great player as boys traveled to Norwalk tonight to take on the boys varsity team. Fitzpatrick gets one to her fellow captain in Nolan. Now Bepler. The other freshman, Welch, and she's fouled going up. Blue Wave will head to the line for their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, it's Welch's chance to get her first points of the night, as Darien has a chance to pull it in, but within 3.
Welch's first one. Nothing but net. Rogers checks back in. Welch looking to go perfect from the line. Oof, unlucky, rims in and out. Rogers with it now. Bounce pass to Balcom. Balcom maneuvering along the baseline. Top is Rogers, three-pointer. Indeed. Her second three-pointer in this one. She's up to 8 points on the night. Now it's another sharpshooter. Nolan passes to Janie Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick had 15 points 2 games ago in the win versus Wright Tech. Darien won by 25. It is Fitzpatrick in the corner, now to Bepler. Bepler puts one up, falls down.
Yeah, as you mentioned, we haven't seen much of Fitzpatrick this game. She's mostly not been playing, and if she has, she's not been getting the ball much, so it'll be interesting to see what she does.
Good assist there as Balcom's layup doesn't go. Welch now hustling to the other end, guarded by Rogers. Fitzpatrick inside. Foul on Hagney on the floor. Stay with Darien. There's another look at the Faye Bepler layup. Bepler, 3-sport athlete, soccer and lacrosse as well, as Hagney checks out.
Yeah, Hagney gets some well-awaited rest from being the point guard and playing this entire game so far.
Welch at the top. Now to Fitzpatrick inside. She's fouled. So after not seeing any free throws in the first quarter of play, we'll see some from Ava Welch. And now the senior Janie Fitzpatrick. She's pulled up to varsity in her sophomore year to help out at the end of the season. First one just a bit off. This Darien squad is looking to make the playoffs after not qualifying for the last 2 seasons where they went 4-15 and 5-15. Fitzpatrick's second one is good, but this year, Neve, they already have 3 wins. So certainly possible if they could reach that 4, or most likely beat that 4.
Yeah, with the win tonight, under this new coaching staff, they'll equal their wins from next year, or from last year, which would mean a lot to making it towards the playoffs and having success in the FCIAC.
Shot from beyond the arc comes up a little bit short. There's just over 2.5 left in this one. Ava Welch brings it up. Poked away. Pass intended for Nolan in the corner. CeCe Thomas got her hand out. Been a defensive wizard so far.
Yeah, even though this quarter there's been a sort of offensive explosion as points have doubled in this game, or in this quarter for both teams. Norwalk is still held strong to their defensive ideals now, especially with their number one, CeCe Thomas.
More strong defense. Showing a ton of effort. Coach Evan Kelly certainly probably been talking about getting the ball because got a lot of sharpshooters on this Darien team want the ball, and they've been getting it so far. There's another steal.
Yeah, they've not even been prioritizing getting the ball. They've been prioritizing getting the ball out of bounds, making these set plays where Norwalk has more time to react and Darien can't pull anything out of their sleeve.
Rogers, a 3 from the corner. Misses the mark, but now it's Welch. Fitzpatrick gets it inside to Volgi and hits off her hand. Norwalk Bears ball. Blue Wave make a sub.
Yeah, they're bringing Holland Ryan.
In for Fitzpatrick and Bepler, looks like. So they do a captain for a captain. Julia Ryan's second year on varsity, number 12 for the Blue Wave. It's Thomas. Rogers, guarded by Welch. Rogers goes in, contact as she goes up, no foul called. Volgi now fast break. She scores.
Yeah, Volgi puts it in to score. and make it within 2 right before half to put it in a good place before halftime.
Well, Lila Brown retaliates right back. Julia Ryan with it. Gets it to Elise Hole. Passes to Nolan. Under a minute to go. Welch inside. Welch contact, no foul. Now it's CC Thomas.
Yeah, difference between the shot clock and game clock right now is just a mere 3 seconds. So we're going to see Norwalk use as much time as possible.
That one appeared to hit off the leg of number 10, the freshman Ava Welch. Norwalk discussing who's going to take it, and it'll just be a timeout called by Norwalk as they discuss things before the end of this first half. And Evan Kelly will talk things over with his team. Evan Kelly, like we talked about, needs tons of basketball experience. High school for the Bears. College at Sacred Heart right in Fairfield for the Pioneers. And then even played overseas in Latvia for the BK Ogre. In the 2015-16 season, he averaged just under 11 points per game with 2.5 rebounds and 3.4 assists. And then he played in Georgia, the country, not the state, and averaged about 16.1 points per game, 5 rebounds, and just under 5 assists in the Georgian A-League 2017-2018. So a lot of success.
I mean, I've heard of pro players come out of Latvia, famously Kristaps Tingis Pingus Porzingis, but not out of Georgia. But it's pretty impressive that Coach Kelly was able to play overseas as a professional.
Certainly helps translate to coaching at a high school that, you know, you played at. The feeling of coming back. Kelly said his original plan, he wanted to play until his mid-30s and then climb up the coaching ranks and maybe, hopefully, coaching college. I mean, life throws you curveballs sometimes, and he ended up here, but he doesn't seem too upset about it.
Yeah, and you never know. There are always promotions to be made. You could see Coach Kelly, I know with his coaching style, you could see him at some D1 school that's very defensively focused.
Balcom moves in on Ryan, just off the rim. Hole with it now. Shot clock is dark. Tipped off Brown. Possession stays with Darien.
Yeah, with 8 seconds left, I'd honestly pass it and catch and shoot. Number 22, Mackenzie Nolan, she's been a sharpshooter this game. I just passed her, let her catch and shoot it.
Was going for Nolan, but it's stolen by CC Ryan. Ryan, before the clock ends, as the buzzer sounds, she gets one. And it'll be 21-15 Norwalk as we go into the half. Darien 10 points in that quarter. Norwalk 12. So like you predicted, Neve, a lot of offensive prowess in this second one as we look to enter halftime on the DAF Media Network, joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. 21-15, the Bears lead the Blue Wave. We'll be right back in the DHS Main Gym after halftime.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm But in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Second half underway. Coming out of halftime now. Norwalk leads Darien by 6 points. Darien looking to get to 500 with a win, make them at 4 wins, 4 losses on the year. And Norwalk looking for their 3rd win. They're 2-4. And the record against FCIAC teams is 1-1 after they just beat Bridgeport Central in an away game. Is Julia Ryan now to Faye Bepler. Gives it to Valji. Valji now Welch. Welch dribbling the hole. Hole inside to Ryan, wide open. Count the layup. Julia Ryan, the captain's first points in this one.
Yeah, there was one of the best possessions that Darien's had so far. No real threat there by Norwalk's defense. Just passing it over them, using their height as an advantage. As a unit, I feel like Darien is a bigger unit than Norwalk with a bigger height advantage, and they were using that quite well in that possession.
Yeah, you could tell Stephanie Runis, just off that first possession alone, definitely talked things over, was able to get her team in that right mindset. As we just saw in that rebound before this possession, nothing but white jerseys in the paint as that shot was falling down from Rogers. Taken away, however, as Valji tried to drive to the cup. Rogers jab step. Bounce pass down low to Thomas. And over to Dowcom. Dowcom along the baseline. Call a foul on the floor before she can get a shot off. Thomas will inbound it from underneath. Bears team sits 3rd in the FCIAC West. Darien sits at the bottom of the FCIAC East, but that can all change. They're able to come back and pick up a W tonight.
Yeah, Darien's looking, this one would be a big one, as Darien would move to higher up in that FCIAC East position and possibly get into playoffs there too.
Yeah, it would be their first win against an FCIAC team. Reef fell to the ground there, but she'll get up all right. Foul called. Floats in Balcom. Now Rogers, good ball movement here. Rogers an open 3 off the front of the rim. Good rebound by Balcom, just chucks it up. No foul, but possession stays. Oh, excuse me. It'll go to the Blue Wave. Original call was for the Bears. Lauren Valji, softball player in the spring. Dribble with her right hand. Ryan works inside. Bounce pass. Not enough on it to get the hole. Kicks off Balcom's foot.
Yeah, it's it's Darien's ball in this one as the Blue Wave try again to get it within 2 and possibly get a lead in this game.
Welch gets the hole, fires one across. Julia Ryan. Bepler to the other freshman, Welch. Now bounces to Ryan. Hole chucks one up, nothing but nets. 2-pointers good, and Blue Wave is within 1 bucket.
Yeah, Hole's been instrumental so far in the second half, just passing it. She made that long pass to Ryan before Ryan got it all the way back to Hole.
Thomas's 3-pointer doesn't touch the rim. Ryan shot a little too much oomph on it. Take another look at the long 2-pointer from number 21, Elise Hole. JV player last year. Now Bepler's shot's no good. Elise Hole, the only sophomore on the varsity squad. Rogers going around, hits Thomas at the top of the key. Hand off to Balcom. Knocks it through. Welch bounces in to Volgi. Now Ryan. Welch at the top, guarded by Balcom. Hole inside, loses the ball. She's trying to go up, attempted to draw the foul but couldn't. Volgi now open, it's a 2. Hits the back of the rim. Balcom loses the football, comes right towards Neve and I back here. Peyton Joyce checks in.
Yeah, right here, a new influx of freshmen and some less tired legs to boost up this offense in order to get some points here.
Peyton Joyce travels as Hull checks out and the captain, Jane Fitzpatrick, comes on.
Yeah, this third quarter has really gone to be a very silent one for the offense so far. It's been unfortunately more of a slog, as there's only been 6 points combined between both teams compared to the 22 we had last quarter.
Reef sets a pick for Balcom. Good old-fashioned pick and roll. But Reef travels as she was right underneath the basket. Coach Evan Kelly giving his team some advice. Joyce inbounds Fitzpatrick. Now Welch. Pass intended for Fitzpatrick. Knocked away by the Bears. Possession will stay with the Blue Wave, however. Bepler looking for the open player. Ryan across. Faye Bepler called for a double dribble, and now possession switches.
Yeah, the sloppiness of both teams so far is really showing in this third quarter, and the tiredness, but we're looking forward to some more offensive explosion later in this one.
Blue Wave outscored the Bears 4-2 so far in this frame. Could change on this very possession, however, as Brown cuts to the rim but misses an open look. Reef fighting for it in the corner. So she's fouled on the floor. Looking for someone to inbound the ball. CeCe Thomas will. 12th grade point guard. Into Balcom. Now Rogers. Rogers to Thomas. Inside, Brown working. Ball stripped, but she recovers it. Now to Rogers. Past the outstretched arm of Joyce. Now into Reef. And she'll draw a foul. What a great play from the Norwalk Bears. We see she goes up. Hard contact from Jane Fitzpatrick,
and
fellow senior.
And what a pass, just past the arms of Joyce there. What looked to be an amazing steal turns into a great pass and almost a 2-point shot, but she can get those 2 points back right here on these free throws.
First one is nothing but perfect. Now the second one to go up by 6. With just under 3.5, and she knocks that one down too. Scoring all spread out for the Bears.
Yeah, but numbers 2 and 5, number 2, Balcom, and number 5, Rogers have really been concentrated the scoring 15 points combined out of the team's 25.
As an and one falls for Elise Hull. We'll take another look at it now. Or not an and one, excuse me.
Yeah, well, I don't think
Just
she
a
made
foul
that
shot. And this angle, I'm sitting down. I should probably be standing up. I've been standing up for most of this game, I think. Of course, second I sit down, weird angle. Just looked like it fell through, but Elise Hull can break 20 points for the Blue Wave. Misses the first one. Whole second one, up and good.
Yeah, Holes reached 5 points for the night. An instrumental part on this offense, both passing with that long and then shooting again. We saw the long 2 earlier this quarter, and then the free throw here to bring Darien at 5, or within 5.
Balcom to Thomas. Darien, 3 freshmen on the court. And Joyce, Welch, and Bepler. Joyce guarding Balcom. Thomas in the corner. Thomas along the baseline. It's the side of the backboard. Now to Rogers. Rogers chucks one up. Not even close. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, that's the
Darien
first time.
ball.
That's the first time we've really seen the effects of the shot clock. It's a new implementation into the FCIAC basketball this year, and this is the first real violation we've seen this game, or actual effect that the shot clock has had on possession.
10, Ava Welch with it now at the top. In the corner is Elise Hull. Elise Hull floats one up. Doesn't hit rim. To Fitzpatrick as Joyce grabs it, being double teamed. Now Thomas just on her. Good move. Open look. Off the glass, but no good. Well, Thomas brings it up, and Peyton Joyce, strong freshman on this team. Also a soccer player and a lax player, so another 3-sport athlete, along with some other freshmen. And Thomas avoids the steal. She hands off to Rogers. Now stolen by Elise Hull. Now up to Joyce. Layup no good. Joyce maneuvering with it now. Hole at the top. Bepler now. A minute 15 left in this one. Poked away. Balcom stays in bounds. Gets past Joyce. Contact with Bepler. Draws the foul. Take another look. Ref gets out of the way. She goes up. Number 14, Faye Bepler. There's a shoulder into Camilla Balcom.
Yeah.
The sophomore looks to add 2.
Yeah, Balcom today already has 7 points and has been an instrumental part of this offense. Let's see what she can do now on these free throws.
First one comes up a bit short. If she drains the second one, she would have 8 points on the night, which is tied for the team high with Raya Rogers.
It's interesting to note how Coach Runis and Coach Kelly differ on second free throws, with the Norwalk players facing directly towards the rim, as unlike Coach Runis' style where you have to face towards the ball.
Can't get either of them to fall. But Bepler saves it, but it goes right to Raya Rogers. Sister of Julia Ryan, Sarah Ryan, another freshman, comes on. It'll be a foul. Blocking foul called on Ava Welch. Head to the line again. Is Darien one of their stronger defensive performances so far this year? They're allowing about 40.6 points per game, and they're averaging just under that at 38.6, so a 2-point difference. Rogers' first one doesn't go. Balcom will check out. Zari Jarrell, another sophomore guard, will come in. Rogers' second one falls through. 26-20 Norwalk. Ryan over to another freshman, Bepler. Bepler kicks it out to Nolan. Nolan 3, too much. Rebound by Brown. Over to Jarrell, now Thomas. Thomas brings it up. Guarded by Nolan, hands it off to Rogers.
2 seconds between the shot clock and game clock here. Let's see how much time Norwalk chooses to use up with this lead.
Just a lot of handoffs at the top of the key between Rogers and Thomas. Welch fighting for the ball.
Yeah, Rogers seems very relaxed. You're not really trying to make any effort.
Now Thomas moves in. Bounce pass low to Brown. And yet again, for the past 2 quarters, the Bears have gotten shots to go within the very end, and time runs out. It's now an 8-point Norwalk lead. 1 frame to go. Norwalk looking to close it out. Blue Wave looking to make an epic comeback. We'll see if they can do it on the DAF Media Network right after this. Fourth frame now. Starting as Thomas brings it up. It's 28-20. Norwalk, so not so much a high-scoring game like we saw with Grambling State a couple days ago. The college team is, Balcombs is no good. Grambling State beat the College of Biblical Studies 159-18 in an absolute absurd game as Brown's lab banks off the glass. Norwalk up to 30 points in this one.
Yeah, Darien is really picking up the pace on this offense right here as Norwalk is sinking in another shot. They have just 7 minutes left to score 10 points more as Nolan shoots a 3.
Yeah, no good on the Nolan 3. She's definitely a sharpshooter, but only has 1 so far in this one, and that's her only points of the game.
I think we should, or if you're Darien, you should start passing the ball more to Nolan, put more effect on her because she's only shot the ball 3 times today. She's 1 for 3 with and all shots are from 3.
Rogers goes inside. Some contact, no foul called. Rebound there from Vivian Knott, softball player in the spring. Freshman been active so far in this game. As a freshman, Knott takes a shot off to the right a little bit. And talking about freshman, Neve, Darien last year had 2 great freshmen on this basketball team, Julianne White and Gigi Brown, but not playing this year, definitely a big loss and could help them certainly in games like this scoring-wise.
Yeah, those 2 were a big help to the team last year just as freshmen, and this year there would have been a lot more with 1 more year of maturity added to them.
Yeah, the freshman, the most prevalent grade on this varsity squad. There's a fight for the ball. Balcom comes up with it. Whistle blown.
Yeah, it looked like that Roger just slid into her teammate Balcom, and then a whole dog paw went on with all of the Darien players trying to get the ball out.
Nolan now brings it up, guarded by Thomas. To the corner is Knott. Into Welch. Welch intended for Valji, bounces off her hand. No good, and 6:08 left.
Yeah, Tess Hagney checks in for the first time this half. This might be too late for Hagney as she was an instrumental or a big part in the first quarter and second quarter, but not right now as
yeah, no points for Haggany so far. Balcom ball handling, gets by Welch, floats one up from the free throw line, just short.
Yeah, right now this Darien offense should be focused on a faster pace, giving it to Nolan, letting her shoot a three.
Both coaches being extremely vocal with just 5.5 to play. Valji's layup is no. Haggany puts one up and drains it. Tess Haggany's first shots in this one. Rogers chucks one, but it's a little bit high and gives possession right back to take another look. Haggany throws one up. Not the tallest player, but makes up for it in the effort and the skill. As Knott gives it up, it takes it right back. Now to Valji. No shot, but a timeout called by the Blue Wave, and Coach Runis and Coach Kelly will be able to discuss.
Yeah, that timeout actually was very helpful. Shaped missed shot from Valji and brings new opportunities for this Darien offense. Let's see what they can do. Down 8, just around, just under 6 minutes left in this one.
Timeout taken by Runis, and looks a lot more like Runis is talking with their team and maybe a little bit more than we've seen so far in this game. Norwalk been relatively clean with the fouls, whereas Darien's been fouling a decent bit more. Darien with their 3-4 record trying to get to 500. They're down 8, certainly still possible. Game is not over yet.
Yeah, as we mentioned, this Norwalk team has also had a lot of recent success, winning the FCIAC as recently as 2018, while the Darien girls basketball team, you'll have to travel all the way back to 1986 to find when the last time that happened in this game.
Yeah, Norwalk girls won states, going undefeated in that 2018 season. New London was the championship game as Nolan takes a 3 off the back of the rim, just barely. A touch too much on it.
Yeah, that's that offense right there where they're going to have to shoot a lot more threes now. A lot more like that new offense. Maybe they get lucky, get one like that Nikola Jokic buzzer beater last night from half court.
What a shot that was. 2-time MVP.
And he showed some positive emotion for the first time on the court in a while.
Shot clock winding down. Balcom goes inside, no foul called. A lot of hard contact. Ref says they got the ball. Take another replay at it. Looked maybe Vivian Knott got a finger on it. But it will stay with the girls in green.
Yeah, Norwalk now just holding the ball. They're not really trying to do much with it.
Brown tried to grab it, hit off her hand, it fell on it.
Just 2 seconds left now for Norwalk to pull off anything.
Looking to inbound. It'll be Rogers. Most likely we'll send one back to CC Thomas. She does. Shot clock expires. Not a lot the Bears could do in that situation.
Their second shot clock violation of the game. Although a smart move by the Bears, who are looking to waste as much time as possible to prevent any real type of comeback.
And Coach Kelly playing this insanely smart in his final 4 minutes. Nolan a 2. Yeah. 5 points in the game for Nolan.
Yeah, Darien just 2 threes away from tying this game up.
Balcom came right back and almost made up for those 2 points, but couldn't, as now Welch down the side. Nearly loses it, but retains possession. Tipped away. Valji recovers. Out to Nolan. Nolan looking for open space. Steps back. Saves it from going out of bounds. Now not to Welch. Welch a three-pointer. Nearly banked it home.
Just under 3.5 minutes left. Norwalk can hold us all the way into just under 3 minutes.
A foul on CeCe Thomas as she was going up. Tried to go all the way.
No, looks to be a foul on Hagney there, as CeCe Thomas will get some free throws.
Hagney fouled CeCe Thomas, looking to pick up her 5th and 6th points of this contest. First one is nothing but net. 5 points for the Bears point guard. Vivian Knott checks out. Bepler comes back in. Thomas's second's a bit short. Rebounded by Welch. Welch stops right at the three-point line. Inside to Nolan, taken away by Balcom. This hustle of the Bears is proven to be the difference maker all game, as they are up 7 with a three-pointer. It's good. 10 points, double digits for Kamaya Balcom.
As 10 points is also the difference between these two teams.
Valji reverse layup. Count it. Valji has 4.
Yeah, we're going back-to-back. We're going to back-to-back now. Moving much faster than we were before. A lot more scoring in this one than the third quarter.
Jarrell now just kind of wasting time as gets it into Balcom. Balcom, great move, left-handed finish. Now 12 back-to-back possessions for Kamaya Balcom, sophomore guard. Gets some points on the board for the Bears. Hagney just holding it. Looking for someone. Tries to get it into Nolan. Nolan can get it on the ground now.
Yeah, it looks like number 10, Jayla Rafe got it, but by collapsing on Mackenzie Nolan.
Jump ball decision is to stay with the Blue Wave. Mackenzie Nolan to inbound as Peyton Joyce checks in. Bepler now to Welch. Nolan in the corner. Moves back. Peyton Joyce. Drops it off for Welch. Welch a pump fake. Welch shoots for real now. Yes.
Welch's first non-free throw points of the night, as she's at 4.
The lead is only 7 now for the Bears as Thomas drives in. Foul on the floor. Hagney maybe got Norman there.
Yeah, I think now Darien needs to start using their fouls and trying to get. Oh, Norwalk still gets the ball. I thought Norwalk gets shots yet. Maybe we're not at that point.
No bonus yet. But now they'll put Joyce in the face of Thomas on the inbound. Timeout taken by Coach Evan Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly probably coaching his kids to hold the ball for as long as they possibly can.
Take another look at the Welch three-pointer, and not very high arc, but he was able to knock it down. About a minute and a half left in this game. Norwalk in the second game of a 3-game road trip. They played Bridgeport Central a couple days ago. They're obviously here in Darien now, and then tomorrow they travel to New Milford. Minute 31 remaining.
Yeah, Norwalk or Darien's next games on the 9th, they go at Wilton, and then on the 12th on the DAF Media Network, back in this gym, they play against Wilton.
They're at Westo for the next game, and then it's a home stretch as Rogers goes up. A little bit short, gets her own rebound. Fires one up, and that one doesn't go. So Wilton, Stanford, and St. Joe's here for Darien. Ball goes out, stays with the Bears.
Yeah, Bears are looking on to hold the ball as Darien are playing full press, not letting anything go by.
Balcom drives in, open space, left-handed doesn't go. Gets it again, foul on the floor. Darien being smart, not allowing any shots, stopping the clock when they can.
Shot clock reset. 35-second shot clock with only 72 seconds left. Darien can, or Norwalk can use as much time as possible up.
Thomas to inbound, gets it to Balcom. Now Rogers. Back to the sophomore. Good pass to get it into Brown. Brown back to Balcom. Balcom shoots a three. Just catches the air. Leading scorer, Balcom, 12 points in this game. Highest on the Darien side is mere 5 from Elise Hull and Mackenzie Nolan.
Yeah, Darien scoring is a lot more spread out with 4 players over 4, 2 over 5. While Norwalk's score has been concentrated into 2 players, number 2, Balcom, and number 5, Rogers.
Bepler's long shot is no good.
Yeah.
Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Norwalk will look to chew up the clock until there's about 5 seconds left.
The timeout will be taken here. 40.3 seconds a minute timeout for Darien Blue Wave. And again, thank you to all those watching on the DAF Media Network, joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Been watching Norwalk visiting Darien. It's been mostly defensive battle so far, as we're going to step away for a moment as these two teams discuss in their minute timeout, and we'll be right back for this final 40 seconds of play. All right, it is the 4th quarter of play. And just to recap so far, Norwalk 9 points in the first. Darien 5 in the first quarter. And then going into halftime, it was 21-15. And then in the last quarter, Norwalk scored 7 and Darien scored 5. As Thomas, violation on the inbound, Darien will pick up the ball.
Yeah, Darien did that quite well, getting on the inside so that Thompson couldn't make any pass without the risk of giving up an easy layup there, as Darien has a chance now with the ball.
Nolan has it taken away by Rogers. Joyce just fouls. Not wanting to be risky with it at all. Rogers heads to the line. Rogers' first one's a bit off.
Yeah, expect Norwalk right now to put the ball on Rogers. She's been Norwalk's best shooter today, and if Darien decides to foul, it's not a bad idea to put it into Rogers' hands.
Rogers' second one is good. Double-digit points now. That was point number 10. Pass intended for Nolan. Doesn't go. Balcom with it now. Long pass to Rogers. Rogers across to Thomas. Thomas will just kill time as the Bears like to pass. Shot clock turned off. And it looks like the Bears will perhaps dribble this one out. Clock winding down, and that'll do it. Norwalk picks up their third win and are above 500 in the FCIAC at 2-1. Darien, 29 points, their second lowest on the season, as they lose to another FCIAC team. They're 0-4, and now overall record 3-5. Shaking hands now, and next game for Darien Blue Wave is January 9th at West Hill at 7 p.m. And next game for the Norwalk Bears is at New Milford. Last game of that 3-game road trip we were talking about earlier. Leading scorers, Elise Holm, Mackenzie Nolan, both had 5 for the Blue Wave. And for Norwalk Bears, it was Camilla Balcom with 12 points and just a great win all around. 8-point victory for the Bears. And before we sign off, I'd like to thank this whole DAF Media crew. Owen Gluck on camera, Kenny Arunatigi also on camera, Trevor Kisko doing graphics, Owen Craig, instant replay, Liam Tomaszewski directing, and of course this is all overseen by our head advisor Damian Andrew. And from the Darien High School main gym, Norwalk Bears defeat the Darien Blue Wave 37-29 in a great basketball game. And I'm Owen Heffron, joined alongside Neve Segal, signing out.